Oh my god, is it recording? I don't even remember. Oh, yeah, it's recording. Hello everyone, I just got back from SoCal. We just dropped my older sister off at college. So if you notice that I'm maybe one shade darker than Ivory, that's why. I didn't want to do my hair today, so I just put on a hat. I'm really sorry. I mean, I apologize. I'm filming this right now on the 26th of August, which means that school is almost here. I'm really excited for the school year to start, but there's also that vibrating ball of anxiety that's been growing inside my chest the closer that we get to September, because being a transgender teenager in a public high school in America is not easy. I came out publicly to my school the second semester of my freshman year, so that means that I have 3 semesters of being transgender at a public high school under my belt, so I thought that I'd give some advice on the coming school year. Also, before I start, these are all drawn from my personal experience being in FTM. It's kind of FTM, but not all the way FTM. Just like, you get it. Number 1, coming out. I thought I would start on this subject because there's a lot to it. Every transgender person is in a different place when it comes to coming out, and I know that it can be scary. If you're still planning on being closeted going into this school year, then that is totally fine. These are just some tips for coming out at high school. If you want your teachers to call you a name that's not something that's registered in your school, like something that's not your birth name, then I really strongly recommend emailing them before the school year even starts. Your email should go something like this. Dear Mr./Mrs./Miss blank. Hello, I'm a student who's going to be in your blank period blank class this year/semester. In your attendance sheet, I'm under the name, birth name, last name, but I am more comfortable going by preferred name and preferred pronouns. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me back. Thank you, sincerely, preferred name. This is an outline that I have emailed all of my teachers in the past. I'm planning on emailing all of my teachers this year with the same exact format. It's worked great for me. I would also recommend speaking to your teachers on the first day or within the first week of school, just so they can put a face to the name. Teachers like being talked to. As for coming out to your fellow peers, unfortunately, there's not a flip of the switch method that will get everyone to call you your preferred name and pronouns. When I came out personally, I just sent a mass text to everyone in my contacts that went to my school, and then I followed up by just talking to everyone, being like, hey, did you get my text? This is what's going on. And then people that I didn't have the phone numbers to, I just started correcting. Like, they'd call me birth name and I'd be like, actually, it's Peter now. I actually go by he, him, you might have heard. I'm well known enough in my school that it just sort of circulated from there. And within like a couple of weeks, people were calling me Peter. It was fantastic. Number 2, bathroom/locker rooms. The laws in place for transgender students in locker rooms and bathrooms varies from state to state and from school district to school district. I would definitely recommend researching your school district's policy on transgender students. Depending on the policy currently in place at your school and in your school district, where you use the bathroom and where you change for PE is for the most part up to you. In my case, I made a deal with the office ladies and I get to use the nurse's bathroom, which is unfortunately the only unisex bathroom on site. It's something. The policy in place at my school and my school district allows me to use whatever bathroom identifies with the gender that I identify with, so I wouldn't be allowed to use the girls' bathroom, not that I want to. Yeah, that's just my school. As for locker rooms, I was still closeted when I did PE my first semester of freshman year, so I just used the girls' locker room. This is definitely a trickier situation than bathrooms, and it's probably one you're gonna have to talk to your PE teacher about. I know a transgender student is gonna be a sophomore this year who was allowed to use the staff bathroom to change in. At least it was better than being uncomfortable in either one for that particular student. But really, it's up to you and your comfort level. Going on to that subject, nobody has fun in locker rooms. No matter who you are, nobody likes the locker rooms. Honestly, like, nobody wants to spend their energy harassing people in the locker room. They just want to get the F out of there. I had PE first thing in the morning, and so I just went to school in my PE clothes, and then I changed in the bathroom during passing period. If you have the last period of the day, then change in your gym clothes during passing period, and then keep them on to just go home in. Number 3, binding. This one is more for the FTM. Binding at school can be painful, especially if you're like me who has to stay at school for more than 8 hours. Having a sports bra on you can be useful for PE, after school activities, and even just like wearing it on the bus to go home. I make it a rule/personal goal to try to go at least 1 day a week binder free, and I have kind of a set of outfits and like shirts that I can wear without a binder where I'm still relatively flat. Of course, sometimes this means that you have to let style go, but it's for the sake of comfort, so it's worth it. If you have stuff to do after school that requires a binder, then I recommend wearing a sports bra at school and then change into it for the after school thing. It's also very important to remember not to exercise in your binder. It's a god-awful idea. I'm still recovering. Don't do Number 4, support. It's important for every single transgender person in any stage of their transition to have friends who can help them along. Although it's really great and necessary to have teenage friends within your same age range, it's also so great if you can get some adults on your side. I tend to be a student who makes friends with their teachers anyway, but I definitely recommend finding some adults at your school or outside of your school, just authoritative adults who you can confide in. Having an adult or two to help you out in your in-school transition is an irreplaceable bonus that every single transgender student should at least try to attain. Number 5, being LGBTQ. I know that there are more letters, I don't know all the letters, and I'm kind of specifically talking about the T part, so, I mean, I just want to talk about the T part. It's really easy to feel alone in your transition, so reaching out and finding people that you have things in common with is a really good idea. But also keep in mind that being LGBTQ does not mean that you need to be flaming either. Just find where you are in your comfort level and find other people where you can feel comfortable being included in the same family as they are. Alright, these are my tips for being trans in the upcoming 2016-2017 school year. If you have anything to add, or if you want to comment on some of the things that I said, just comment them down below and I might make a part 2. Also, I'm thinking about calling my trans advice portion of this YouTube thing, I'm thinking of calling the series In a Bind. Right? Right? If y'all think it's good, then it's gonna be In a Bind, because it's not only a pun, but it's also really cute. But if it's dumb, then I won't do it. So thank you for watching. Pete out.